jail will get out one day. Could be living next door to you or me, and I want to make sure that I've done...
Again, that's fine if it's like low-level, non-violent charges, sure. I don't care that much if the guy who smoked weed is in here on a touchscreen TV eating beans in a summer camp. God, I love these little local stories.
Are you being a bully to your neighbours, Rob?
This neighbor plays loud music.
So you're being a big bully.
Oh, wow. Man, this guy's handling it like a champ. Why not get like a pressure washer and fight hose with hose?
I can't do anything.
You can get a bigger hose. So does he just live with his daughter and all of her boyfriends and OnlyFans supporters?
He moved out so fed up by the abuse.
They don't seem
Did he
to
really?
care about what they're doing, and if they...
You just abandoned your mom? You pussy! Fucking fight to protect her. Good luck, Mom. These hooligans are too much for me.
To throw a javelin at a child.
A javelin?
On the street.
Everything.
What are these, Roman centurions? Where are they getting javelins?
Are caught in the crossfire.
Oh!
Enraged Rob Rake here, captured here, taking aim at Margaret's guests.
Jesus Christ. Fucking throw that car in a U-turn, a three-point turn, and take him out. That's self-defense at that point. Throw a rock at the car? I did not know that, Peter. Australian slang is the dumbest shit. They call sick days sickies, and breakfast brekkie, McDonald's Mackies. Mackies, excuse me. It's like slang invented by a 4th grade classroom. We'll escalate this conflict then, damn it.
You wonder why you get hosed. Wonder why you get hosed, bro. Why did get it?
Is there no law enforcement at all here? Why not move that family out of that house? What the fuck? Oh, we decided just to uproot this family because the other ones are assholes and literally assaulting them. They're fine though. They can continue to assault people. Why don't they call the police? Apparently it just doesn't exist. The only time in the entire history of the ACA when we've watched it that the police have ever acted is when somebody owned a can of pepper spray. That is the only time that they tried to throw the book at someone. It was a woman who had pepper spray to avoid getting raped. And the police said, wait a minute, you can't have pepper spray. And then they tried to arrest, well, they did arrest her. But otherwise, the police just don't act on shit. We saw one of these neighbor videos from the ACA literally blow up a car. They blew up their neighbor's car and didn't get arrested or anything. It's fucking crazy. It really is like Mad Max out there. Is this a brawl or a porn shoot? They're just taking each other's clothes off. Can't hear shit. Alright, then we won't watch this one. It's quiet, but I'm pretty sure you're over-exaggerating. I have cranked everything up as loud as it can go. It's maxed out. It's just a quiet fucking video. What do you want me to do about it? Contact the ACA myself? I have a problem with one of your videos on YouTube. Ghost kitchen popping up in Aussie suburbs? Well, do the ghost kitchens last forever, or do they just need peace? Like, do you need to order the right amount of Krabby Patties before the ghost kitchen goes to heaven or something?
This blurry photo of someone's car and sent it to Victoria.
Which Reddit vigilantes snapping photos of cars on the road just waiting for someone to litter?
Doing the deed.
So this is
we got you now.
But you can't even see the number plate.
Take that, motherfucker.
No, there are no number plates visible in the whole photo.
So they can't even prove that it was you.
No, they can't.
So why did they decide it was her?
Clearly, inside a courtroom, that would not stand as evidence.
Taken by the ACA. Yeah, the ACA is the one that snapped that just for the sake of a story.
If there
is this an Android?
Legal reviews, and it's pointed out to them.
Lawyer bot. I'll check out Monster.
Eric, I like that.
Eric looks like a nice guy.
Basement has a basement.
I like it down here.
Don't trust her, Eric. My man! Good shot of Eric's ass. Now we're cooking. Oh, I'm not taking any chances, Eric. You're going too wild out here. I get it's a YouTube horror thing, but I'm not taking any chances. You've lost your goddamn mind, Eric. It's not fine. I'm not taking chances. You don't know what Eric's capable of in the basement. Why not swing it? Just for good measure, in case it's using cloaking technology. Jesus! Man, he is really giving you the what for right now. Hit him with the baseball bat. Oh god. He's got you with the old Ermac attack. So I'm guessing... Huh. Damn you, monster! You put water on the floor. So what does this have to do with the soot monster? Wait, is she okay? He saved your life and that's how you repay him? Fake. Hey, that monster's not real. Soot can't be a monster. What the fuck? Goddamn paid actor. Man, that dude's gonna come out back in here tight as fuck, like he just saved her from a bathtub. And now he has to do it all over again. You've summoned it now? Well, wait, this throws that theory out of the water. She was supposed to die from cutting her finger? The soot monster is a depiction of PTSD? What, she has PTSD from cutting her finger on glass? Oh! He's not there for her! It's her sister! Well, now what if they fucked with the circle on her hand? Like, what if they, like, squiggled it out so he couldn't make a perfect circle out of it? Would he be upset? Would he leave? Man, straight Indiana Jones down her. Well, it probably doesn't work that way. I don't think the soot monster is connected to you. Oh, yeah, now he's just laughing. Why? Is he just getting like creative with his shit? Is he going for like a high score or something? What was that teddy bear murder game for the Xbox? Where he plays a bear who gets points for creative killings? Teddy stuffs a lot? Or something? Woman discovers she's living next to drink driver who mowed her down. So she got hit by a drunk driver and he moved in next to her? God damn. He's coming to finish the job.
Well, we're no... Do you have anything to say to Lorraine at all?
Oh, is that the drink driver?
Here in the leafy suburb of Belrose.
Wouldn't it be wild if the same drunk driver hops the curb and takes out Danielle here?
This road and failed to make a right-hand turn, smashing straight into Lorraine.
Whoa! Jesus!
10 meters.
She teleported.
Their neighbours.
So you're not only sharing.
Well, go beat her ass.
The back of her house is literally 2 meters to the back of her house.
And beat her ass then.
She pops her head.
It's convenient. You don't even have to go far.
She quite often stares.
As they just stare back at her.
She was on bail conditions, so it's really.
Yeah, Australia kind of sucks with like law enforcement. It sounds like
it's really hard.
Was overturned. Instead, she was given an intensive correction order, meaning she could serve her prison term at home. She was banned from driving for 10 months.
Really?
Would you like to apologise to
her?
I have.
Justice.
It's a daily reminder.
Hey,
isn't it?
we don't feel like sending you to jail. Can you just like go home? Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, just stay there for a little while. I don't care. Jesus, law enforcement in Australia must be a real piece of shit.
To give it
have been prosecuted.
Well, send your husband over there and just give her the hands. Make her move.
What if she's behind?
What the fuck?
Peter Fraser is.
There's clearly no law enforcement in Australia anyway. Just go full vigilante.
No one wants to be a victim of road trauma, and we really need to start to focus on their needs.
University of New South Wales Emeritus
What
Professor
did that statement have to do with anything?
in road safety.
Yeah, no one wants to get hit by a car. Maybe we should start trying to help them a little bit.
People who
oh, thanks, expert. Yeah, makes sense.
Maybe need
Fair.
their license.
There's something wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly something
So
wrong
take
with
the
how
law
we
into
do
your
this.
own hands.
Can I get back?
That's clearly what the court is telling you to do.
Lorraine has
Well, once again, there's no justice in Australia, it seems. Dirty dumpers caught in alleged rubbish removal scam. It's not often you hear the term dirty dumpers tossed around so casually. That must be a pretty high crime. Ooh!
An ugly scar.
Looks like a plane crash.
A stinking rubbish tip.
It's like a plane crashed and then ejaculated.
It's a dump.
He confronted Chad.
Quick, Chad!
He
Skate away!
told us his name was Alphonse Gadgetar.
Where's that from? Mate, what have something to do? I'm going to have some...
Alphonse Gadgetar. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That sounds great. Skate away, Alphonse. They can't catch you on the board.
What's your name?
Rip and shred.
Alphonse admits his true identity.
I'm Chad Johan.
Before suggesting I should have intimate relations.
I thought he was Alphonse Gadgetar this whole time.
Go your mum, go mum's dog, go
Holy shit.
go
Hefty fines dished out to culprits seem to have little or no effect.
They rack up fines.
Yeah, Alphonse Gadgetar has all the money in the world.
And nothing changed.
85,000 in fines. Kelly Payne has racked up 45,000.
Weak.
They're
Imagine being deemed an illegal dumper.
And the consequence of
What an embarrassing title.
Johan allegedly spitting at Rick Giardini after
This guy just like throws chairs out of his driver window. Fuck it.
cameras hidden in the bush.
Let it ride.
Catch these the rubbish.
Man, these guys have like an addiction to dumping.
So you got a heap of business cards here. Oh yeah.
I can't imagine they get this much business to just throw shit away.
Illegal dumpers.
Really hard thing to accept that people would actually take this rubbish and then just dump it. And
Dennis Tang advertised.
Well, what do you think happens? They're just dumping it in the wrong spot.
To be picked up.
That's what happens to garbage. It gets dumped
right there,
in a designated dumper.
very, very quickly.
They just happen to be throwing it on the side of the road.
And they came in and they
And in a forest.
rubbish.
Johan introducing himself as Jared.
How much are you out of pocket with?
$380.
Man of many faces. I like Chad Johan. He's cool.
They manhandle the fridge.
Kelly Payne sucks. He hasn't done anything cool.
Down the. Sure enough, she found the fridge dumped on the grass verge just down the street.
And I just set it out in front of one of the neighbours' houses behind a tree, so I couldn't.
Yeah, we'll throw away your refrigerator. They just take it outside and drop it on the ground. Don't forget to tip us.
And scams the scammers.
Ooh. They throw away Alphonse Garagegabo's house. What was his name? Gadgetar. Alphonse Gadgetar.
Mike accepted the job.
Please be Chad.
Council house at
God, please be Chad Johan.
Of this is my mobile phone.
We'll plant it inside this cushion, and as soon as it's on the move, we'll know about it.
Well, just
then all we had to do was
they just steal his phone. Ah, cool. Nice tip. If this is a known illegal dump, why don't we do something about it?
Dumper to remove.
Like post like a security guard. What do you mean just guard it? That really is all it would take. Look at this guy. Do you think Kelly Sierra Payne or whatever his name is going to do something if a security guard's like, nope, can't dump that here?
I'm John.
What's he going to do? Eat a cheeseburger at him? It's a simple solution. If you know it's an illegal dump site and you don't want it dumped there, just post somebody there. There's a sign. Never mind, you're right. They've done all they could.
He had no excuse.
Please don't dump here. What do you mean it didn't work? They still dumped here?
They just have no shame. No shame at all.
Johan.
So why don't we arrest them?
Rest until.
Is there even a such thing as a prison in Australia?
And we're glad that.
If Johan and Kelly Payne refuse to pay those fines, the dumping squad can seek restraining orders. And if they breach those, they could be arrested.
Ah, so it only takes what was it? Like 15,000 cases of illegal dumping, and then they still have like 3 more chances? We're gonna ask them not to, but if they do, we're gonna say don't do it, and if you do, you might be arrested. That ought to stop them. Customers say obnoxious removalists destroyed their furniture. I'll give it a try.
Don't be fooled by the innocent-sounding name. That's the warning from some customers of Peter Rabbit Removals, who say all that Peter delivered were damaged goods and broken promises. So we tracked him down.
Thanks, Peter.
Get some answers.
Thanks to Prime Soulfire.
he's an awful man and he runs a terrible business.
Peter Warren from Peter Rabbit Removals.
Sorry?
But he's been doing this for 38 years and every dog has its day.
Are you trying to run away from all your problems back down your little rabbit warren?
This is Peter Warren,
Hey, Peter.
a man who boasts over 4 decades in the removalist industry and a truckload of unhappy customers.
People should
Well, stop using them.
removals because we are there to make sure that you are satisfied and
Thanks to the Prime,
sure
Babelo.
everything goes to the plan of your move.
I would describe him as
And Tyler in the
aggressive
resub Ferna.
and a bit arrogant and forceful.
Very shady. He obviously has no pride in his business at all.
We've spoken to a lot of your customers. They say, they claim that you've ripped them off.
He's an extremely obnoxious, arrogant person, and he
seems sweet.
That he is a male to stand over women.
Vanessa
What?
Saab and her 2 daughters, Olivia and Maddie, needed to move house late last year.
This is an aggressive
Dumped
shot.
online and
Are they threatening Peter?
Rabbit Removals and its owner, Peter Warren.
Because we were downsizing, so we there wasn't a lot for him to move, and he was prepared to store it for us for a week.
The quote of $264
Thanks to Prime Beyond and the resub doc and glitch.
But as it turns out, it was a classic case of getting what you paid for.
We saw the state of the furniture when it was being unloaded, and I voiced then how unhappy I was that the condition it was in, that it was absolutely appalling. And
Can I see it?
wasn't prepared to pay.
11 out of the 12 items
Hmm.
were damaged, including the washing machine, dresser, bookshelf, and this hutch given to Vanessa.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job.
From her parents. She called Peter Warren to complain.
Thanks to Prime
He
Elite.
told me that if I didn't pay on the day, he was going to drive off with my furniture in the truck, and I wouldn't see it.
But pretty uninteresting. Volume's maxed. ACA is just quiet. Residents resort to sticky tape to save sinking home. I don't know how reliable that technique is.
Now the Australians fighting to save their sinking homes. Many have already forked out thousands
Prime
on repairs
Sleazy.
for an issue
Can't
they
click links.
say council should pay for.
Thanks to Prime Couture.
So I could enjoy it with my grandkids.
A dodgy drain, a sacked council with a sewerage problem, and a row of residents with sinking homes who refuse to pipe down.
Casey Council, stop with the corruption and fix our homes.
It's draining to think this storm water issue has plunged into its 10th year, but that's the reality for grandparents.
Well, luckily we have a lot of sticky tape though.
I don't come out here.
Why don't you come out here, though?
I don't think it's safe enough to come out here.
The Cassars moved into their family home
There's the Prime
more than
Ellen,
20
Elena.
years ago. Back then, the roof was in one piece, and grout was enough to keep the tiles together. No sticky tape required. But in 2000,
Do you think that's helping at all?
A 1 in 500 year flooding event hit their suburb in Melbourne's
Oh, wow.
southeast, and this is where the issues began. The flood sent water so high in parts that jet skis appeared on suburban streets. In the short term, Barb and Tony thought they'd survived without major damage until the cracks started to appear.
What's the point though? I don't think the sticky tape is holding that
A year or
together.
two after the flood, their roof and
Just to make it
floor
not so
split
sharp, I
into
guess?
pieces after their backyard began dropping away. We measured that over the past few years, Barb and Tony's yard has sunk 40 centimetres from the old levels, and with the home just hanging on, Barb has had to stop grandkids Ariana and Ashton from playing out the back at Grandma's.
I'm scared they could fall over and hurt themselves. And I don't like coming out the back door, but
Kids are like indestructible.
watch it out there.
They get hit by a dump truck and be fine.
Scary.
I don't think a little uneven terrain is a big deal for them. Now me, this would be a hazard for
There's
me.
no doubt the damage is centred around the spot where a council storm water pipe runs beneath their yard and through to neighbours like Brett Dykes.
Just mind your step, because the big crack is a tripping hazard.
Is that a result of the sinkage?
Yes.
Goodness me.
Brett has lived next door.
Oh God, be careful! Almost fell straight into the core of the earth.
With his wife and
that chasm.
Kids, his block was crack-free and level, but that's no longer the case for Brett either.
It's depressing coming outside, and I'm not sure what to do.
The damage is clearest at
Holy
Brett's
shit.
place when 16-year-old Lockie tries to shoot hoops.
He's not bad at basketball because of the ground.
Basketball court is now a slippery slope, with every shot rolling down collapsed concrete to the folded fence line.
This is why I'm not going to the NBA, Dad.
Infamous council pipe.
If the house would have been unlivable, would you have any options?
No. No. We got nowhere else to go.
The street in question lies in Melbourne's infamous city of Casey, where the council was sacked in February for alleged corruption.
Uh-oh.
Since then, Jenny Pack, who owns a medical clinic a few doors up from Brett, has helped rally locals together.
It really breaks my heart to see all the residents suffering.
On behalf of the group, Jenny says that while the flood may have started the sinking, the placement of the council pipe under their properties made it worse. Jenny says council was told of these concerns 6 years ago.
That's a good question, Lizard. Yeah.
Agreed to install
I think there's only tape. Like, there's no such thing as not sticky tape. It's a pretty dumb title.
That it has nothing to do with all the cracks in all our homes.
In a statement, James Collins, Casey's planning director, says, "We understand the residents' concerns. However, council's stormwater
I was saying I haven't seen the Bell Life. I answered that.
And found not to be the cause.
But I might.
An independent geotechnical investigation determined that the subsidence was a result of the
Okay, so they need to fix that. Then they probably won't. We call it sticky tape. Yeah, I mean, but why? But why call it sticky tape? I guess, like, yeah, it's sex tape, caution tape. But I mean, if you just said residents resort to tape to sinking home, wouldn't you get the same idea? Like, oh, they're taping it shut. Not like they're using videotapes, you know? It's all the same. Like, all tape is sticky in that context, right? It's kind of just a worthless adjective. Sticky tape. We assume it would be sticky. We would hope. Well, measuring tape, though, that has a name. You wouldn't, like, if you're going to measure something, you wouldn't say, hey, get the tape so I can measure this. You'd ask for the measuring tape. Whereas if you're trying to put something together, you would just ask for the tape, not the sticky tape. It really is like saying, get me the wet water. Just some dumb shit. I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick, actually. That was a good reminder. Thanks for the Prime Biscuit. I'll be right back. I'm back, team. What the fuck is up, you pussies? Thanks to the Prime Florp and Tresdo. Mom says cops confused ice cream with mobile phone. Why does that matter? Is it illegal to have ice cream? Or mobile phones?
$5 ice cream that cost Mum Michelle almost $500.
Whoa.
That's the fine she copped after police accused her of using a mobile behind the wheel.
Griffin.
But Michelle's adamant they got it wrong.
It started with an ice cream, ended with a $500 fine, and all melts down to a mum asking police to put aside the ego. Magnum ego, that is.
This is a story of ice cream.
This sounds like a riveting tale.
Magnum-loving mum who says a receipt purchased from this service station proves the police officer who fined her needs to chill. You must be Michelle.
I am.
Why though?
You've been unfairly fined.
I sure have.
I want to hear all about it, but I guess first we better get some ice creams, eh?
Yes, yes.
Oh, obviously, yes, of course.
Magnum Egos.
Thanks for Prime. Antho and the gift sub, Kevin. I've never had one of these before. Are they any good?
Alright, now we can tell the story, Michelle. So, you came to the service station and you bought one of these.
Yes, that's right.
They are
As I
good.
was driving down the road, the police passed me on the opposite
Honestly, he was
side.
probably just trying to flirt.
They were driving, yeah.
But then she said no, so he gave her a ticket.
So the
Or he saw the
passenger,
wedding ring.
driver has seen me with something in my hand.
And that was a Magnum Ego.
A Magnum Ego, that's right.
Not a mobile phone.
Not a mobile phone.
This was 2 Mondays ago, as Michelle drove along the winding forest roads of Melbourne's northeast.
They proceeded to turn around and follow me up the hill. And by this time, I had finished my ice cream. And they had accused me of, being on a mobile phone.
Could a mobile be mistaken for a Magnum?
Of course it
Sounds
could.
like something we need to test.
Were you using your mobile phone while driving?
Thanks to resub Pterodactyl and the gift sub Llama and
Way
5
that
gift
I'd
subs
be eating
Matt.
my Magnum Ego
Thank you, Matt.
and holding my phone and driving all at the same time.
Thanks to the resub Pudpo.
And the 34-year-old says she can prove it. As police pulled her over, Michelle produced evidence of her snack.
I still had my wrapper and I still had the stick. So as I said, I just finished eating it and I'd placed it down in the console. So I had everything there to show. And later on, embarrassingly enough, I still had chocolate on my t-shirt.
Uh-oh, that's another crime.
Claims he saw the golden glint of a mobile phone from within Michelle's car.
What?
But the mother of one says that could have been her jewellery.
So whether or not he spotted this ring or my watch, I'm not sure, as I was holding it like this.
Nah, the only tip
Also,
is to be
the
consistent,
Magnum Ego
supersonic. That's all you can really control.
caramel centre, so whether or not that part was glistening in the sun, it was a sunny day.
Michelle was slapped with a fine of almost $500.
I would be so fucking
But
pissed.
Later that day, she managed to get a copy of her receipt from the service station. It shows the ice cream was bought at 4:34 p.m.
What the fuck?
The fine was written up just
A $500 fine for ice
and
cream?
Michelle says this should lay reasonable doubt over what the officer saw and should be enough to put the fine on ice.
I only just returned back to work for a week, and then yes, we're copying this.
Thanks to
fine.
Prime Zigster. I think Current Affair is great.
Finally, Michelle takes
She needs
the
justice.
fine to show her car has a hands-free system.
So, Michelle, are we talking on Apple Play right now?
We are.
Oh god, is this an
yes.
advertisement?
So I have no need to be holding my mobile phone while driving.
I think Michelle should definitely fight the fine. I mean, if she's innocent...
Thanks to the Prime Dude guy and the resub Sky
Lawyer
Dude.
Adam Cockayne, known
I don't know,
as
Philip.
the fine defender, specialises in
good
these
question.
cases. He says people who challenge their fines in court have a good chance of winning.
80% of those
Thanks to
fines
Tier 1 lead AI.
rates, which says to me that the review system is not working, because they shouldn't have got that far.
But to truly get the scoop on what happened, we return to where Michelle
Just
was
try and get
pulled over.
arrested with a ice cream cone.
To put this to the test.
Oh, thank you for the
Behind
10 gift
wheel
subs,
of
lead
the
AI.
Magnum, and we'll see just
damn,
how
thank
easy
you,
it
man.
is to mistake an ice cream for a mobile. What do
I
you think?
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right, you're going to need one of these.
Thank you.
Good luck.
I hope she gets fined again.
On the same patch of road, in the same car, at the same speed, we recreate the day, with the Current Affair cameras acting as the policeman driving in the opposite direction.
How would he even notice that?
Across 3 attempts, one thing is clear. It's remarkable the officer thinks he could see anything at all. So, just to be sure, Michelle does one final run, with our cameras standing still.
Ooh, that's a fucking criminal right there.
Here, but Michelle plans to contest the fine. She's hoping she's built a solid ice cream-based defence that will take some topping.
I shouldn't have to pay it. I wasn't doing anything wrong, so.
Thanks for the gift sub, Rubber Ducky and resub Slicer.
Pretty convincing. We approached Victoria Police to ask if they might have got it wrong in Michelle's case, but the policeman involved is adamant he saw a mobile phone.
What a fucking loser. Alright. Oh, I wanted to see if there was a follow-up. Though I guess this was only 6 days ago, so we wouldn't know. What else we got? Messiah who professes to wipe away debt, investigated by the ASIC. I don't know what the ASIC is, but can he actually wash away debt?
Whether
Does
it's
he have the
wiping
power?
out your debt or playing Cupid, self-proclaimed Messiah David claims he can do the lot for a price. But authorities say he's a Judas, accused of pocketing hundreds of thousands of dollars from customers.
No need to panic, folks. Just a public service announcement. How are you?
Uh-oh.
David Murphy.
He's entered into the retirement home.
What's the story?
The so-called Messiah
Thanks to the reset,
claims
Llama.
he can work
Bits
magic
cake.
in our banking system.
Why don't we do it with your debts and see what happens? And you give a story to your people.
And
that'd be great.
In the bedroom,
Love one another, not one other.
Mr. Murphy offers to wipe out your debts during the day.
People can have their debts, loans or mortgages paid out for 25% of the outstanding balance.
And keep you company at night. Are you a bit of a ladies' man, Messiah?
I don't approach. It's up to them to approach me. And I can always say no.
Debt and dating. What a combo.
Wait, his wife lets him
for dinner.
fuck?
Messiah, are you pulling the wool over people's
What, like
eyes?
anthills or something? What is this man
Pulling
fucking?
wool over people's eyes if you've got a money-back guarantee on results.
On behalf of angry Messiah customers. People have come to us saying that you just take their money and run.
No, I don't run. I'm always at home.
In one of the most bizarre encounters of the year.
We're having dinner, honey bunch.
Okay, honey bunch. All right. You are single.
That is absolutely a witch.
David.
100%. She's been around for 200 years, at least.
Nobody's money's gone into the piggy tonight. If you can have your debts, loans or mortgages wiped out, you're the one doing the promotion tonight, so I can talk. Get back to me later on.
David Murphy looks like any other bloke on a night out. But for an upfront fee, Murphy
He's
the
a prime
Messiah
organic.
insists he can pay off your debt using his money.
Thank you, John. I hope you had a good
The
night,
scheme
man.
is called debt wipeout, but this isn't a financial institution. It's a ministry.
Thanks to resub muck.
This isn't right.
People
It's hard to say
bogged
whatever
down
you
in
want, really,
credit card
Kalik.
debt like Dave.
It hurts me knowing that he's going around doing this to people, to good, honest people who are working hard.
Who's the prime
And
Beansy?
Topanga
Anything that sounds too good to be true, don't do it.
Hey, sleep
took
well,
a
Larry.
chance on the so-called Messiah, seen here peddling his scheme online in his signature Hawaiian shirt.
You're free. You're making money. You're saving. You're saving.
But the banks aren't buying it. They told customers who had paid the Messiah thousands of dollars in upfront fees they've been led up the garden path.
I don't know how people are so dumb to
This is a
believe
red
that shit.
flag
It
to
is
them.
crazy.
The legal team has actually
Crazy.
said this isn't a right. This doesn't seem like a legit scheme that this guy is running.
Enter Simon Moran from Essex Financial Services Enforcement Division,
wild.
making serious allegations about Mr. Murphy's conduct.
Give me $50,000 and you'll have no more debt.
The law by operating a
Who
financial
believes that
service
shit?
without a license, and also misleading consumers, for example, about their ability to wipe out debts.
The Messiah
It's not
though,
even
doesn't
old people.
appear
Those two
too
people were
concerned,
young.
Because when he's not wiping out debt, he's playing Cupid, setting people up. And according to his
Now I can
online
believe that.
posts,
Oh, yeah.
no strings attached secret sleepovers are also on the menu.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I thought we'd drop in before things got too lively. You are in the presence of greatness. The Saviour, Messiah David.
God.
And pull up a pew.
This is like the Pirates of the
I'm glad you
Caribbean
because
Dead Man's Crew.
There's a number of
These are like
advocates
skeletons here.
who have lost a bit of money.
We have a
courtesy of-
money-back guarantee on results.
You have a
Tell them
money-back
they have
guarantee?
a money-back guarantee.
During this chat, David mentions his money-back
people
guarantee 50
Approach me
times.
about the money-back guarantee. Would we have a money-back guarantee?
These are
on
5 gift
results?
subs retro,
Why do
isn't
they
it?
come to
Thank you,
and
man.
not to me?
Thank you
How
for the
do they know
generosity.
about you?
Because they can't get their money, David.
But they don't ask me for under the money-back guarantee.
All this talk of debt has dampened the date night mood.
Dave, shouldn't you be talking to this guy outside? I mean, what are you doing here? Take it outside.
He wants to do it here. I don't mind.
So he's having a chat.
Take it outside.
I don't mind. We got a money-back guarantee.
Sorry to
We
interrupt
can
the
wipe
date
it.
night. Sorry to interrupt the...
Do it outside.
Sorry to
No,
interrupt
we
the
don't
date
do it
night.
outside.
You know,
Let's
but
come
we won't be
to the-
long. David's happy to answer the questions. I mean,
I'm happy to answer the
Yes.
question. We've got a money-back guarantee.
And this
Damn, he
isn't
just
the sort
fucking
of
power
banter
moved on him right
Robinson
there. He fucking Gangnam styled his ass. Shut the fuck up over there, you old man. Talking to this old
What's the
man.
crime? There's no crime in paying out a person's debt that is not mine. What's the problem?
The problem is that you've got their money, right? Hard-earned money.
But they're not asking for it back.
3 months of
Thanks
trying
for
to get this money
CJ.
back out of him now, I look at it as if I've lost my money. There's no way that I could get the money back off him.
How did you believe him, man?
Dave's one of at least 32 people, ASIC allege, who have paid Murphy upfront fees totaling $240,000 to clear their debt.
Thanks for 5 gift subs, Harpo.
Other friends.
Surely
I
you
think
would
you've been
know
primed,
whether
Todd.
your account has
The account's got
$200,000.
$70,000 in it.
I'll check it out, Lizard.
So where's the other 150?
I don't know that the $240,000 is correct. There have been some commissions paid out to spotters because people can tell friends and be paid.
Ah yes, the Messiah pays commissions to spotters, who bring in new clients like Dipanka.
But the way this was done was very well done.
How long have
What?
you been stringing people
How?
along?
How is that very well done? Give me upfront 20 grand and I'll make your debts gone.
Well,
I can say that.
I think.
And so did
say
the
whatever.
banks. So did the banks.
The banks are concerned because they're missing out on the interest. They want everyone to be in debt.
David Murphy doesn't have a financial license. He claims he
Thanks
doesn't
for
need
the resub,
one,
Master Boss.
because
Well, it
debt
sounds like
wipeout
something I'll have to watch
is a
off stream,
mystery.
Dans.
When will
Thank you
this
for the 5
be
gift
shown
subs,
on
Harpo the
TV?
Marks.
Well, you're the Messiah. You
I
tell
just
me.
saw that. Thank you.
Murphy claims
Appreciate
he
the
has
5
a
gift
stash
subs,
of
man.
money locked away in a trust account, earning 40% interest per annum, that he uses to wipe people's credit cards, loans and mortgages.
But if I come back to you in a month, will you be able to give me examples of you paying off
I
people's
won't
debt?
give you the names.
No, but can you give me examples?
We'll see what happens.
It's not clear to us what exactly happened with all the consumer funds, but what we did do
What?
is apply to the court for orders
He took
freezing
them.
assets of
What
both
do you
Debt
mean?
Wipeout and Mr. Murphy, and the court granted those orders.
How much are your debts? Tell me.
Thank you for the tier 1
David,
Benjamin and the
tell me
5
how
gift
much
subs,
you're dead.
Ivanator.
That's a bit personal, David. I'm not one of your customers.
No, you're not.
No, and I don't think I will be.
I know my case.
They shot him down in flames.
Tell them to prove me wrong.
That's easy.
Tell them to prove me wrong.
That's like the easiest request
Federal
ever.
courts ordered David Murphy to stop peddling his debt wipeout scheme until the case is heard later this month.
Man, it is always crazy for me the kind of scams people will fall for out there in the real fucking world. Like the goddamn Bitcoin doubler when the most low effort scam I've ever seen online, where they just posted like, send a Bitcoin here and we'll send double back. Be honest, did anybody in this chat right now actually fall for that? I know we have like a few cryptocurrency, like big cryptocurrency enthusiasts in here. Did you fall for that shit? Be honest. I have to know. Obviously, there's going to be people pretending to be saying yes, but I want to hear like a real story. Because I just can't wrap my head around who would read that. Like when Elon Musk and all of them got their Twitters fucked up, and they just posted, send us Bitcoin here and we'll give double back. Like, how could you possibly rationalize that for even 1 second? Thanks for the gift sub, Crumple McStinky. Appreciate another one, man. And thanks for the tier 1 Nauershan and Arrow. Thank you for the tier 1 Arrow. And the resub Francisco and the Prime Thesaurus. I've already watched everything from All Gas, No Breaks. And thanks for the bits, Neen. And Prime Mind Sauce. See, is that real though? You did, but you only sent 1,000 in Bitcoin. Is that a real story, Finesse, excuse me? Did you actually send $1,000 to the doubling link? Or to the Bitcoin wallet expecting double in return? Or are you just memeing? In RuneScape, it's different. You're a child. If you fall for a doubling money scheme in RuneScape, you are most likely under the age of 14. And that's a real experience that sticks with you forever. But as an adult, I don't know how you don't, like, process that. Thanks to the resub, Tacky. Imagine winning almost $200,000 and being told it was a mistake. How the fuck does that happen?
Imagine winning almost $200,000 on a $50 bet, then being told it's all a mistake. That's what happened to young dad
Yeah, it's
Andrew.
terrible, Jello.
He says he
Thanks for the
shouldn't
gift
be
sub, Nour.
punished for a gambling giant's error, and he wants his jackpot.
I was refreshing the screen going, no, it's really in there, like I've won this money. This is just life-changing.
Melbourne dad Andrew McCuldy can't get this Whitney
Thanks to Tier 1
Houston
best in the
classic
Resuppos
out of
arm
his head.
in Lebanon.
He too says he was oh so close to having it all.
Thanks to the resub flipping.
You know, when you get lucky, that's just how it is.
But Andrew didn't foresee how unlucky his luck would be when he placed 3 bets on American baseball.
Red Sox take on the Nats tonight. Second home run of the season. That ball was ripped.
Found a same-game multi that I wanted to put on, which involved a team scoring 4 runs or more, and then the total score.
You got scammed in CS&GO. That's a little different, though, I guess.
2,000 to 1 odds on that.
To Andrew's surprise,
That's a little
his
underwhelming.
$50 punt hit a home run.
That's a high deep drive left
The
field.
first mistake was watching baseball in the first place.
Home run.
Yep.
60 grand
Agreed.
jumped into his account. Not bad.
So withdrew 60,000 and then watched the remainder of another game, which was part of the second combination.
And you wouldn't believe it.
See you.
Yeah. Pretty boring story. I like the title, though. Sounded like it could be cool. Thanks for the gift sub, Puente. Tales of Vesperia is a great game. RuneScape scams teach you real-world economics real fucking quick. No, I'm saying I probably can't watch that, Dan. Not on Twitch. Oh, I haven't checked the current affair in a while. I wonder what's going on. This just reminded me of a cool video I saw today. Sports memorabilia collector fighting to find his missing super. I don't know what that means. I'm curious what the super is.
Well, no one loves
but I saw a
sports
really cool
memorabilia
video
more than
today about
Clayton
sports
Blackman.
cards.
And luckily, he's made some winning bids on boxing gloves. The collector has found himself in the ring with a financial advisor and a bank, fighting to find his missing super.
Sports buff Clayton's used to big hits, but when it comes to
Prime
his
Nomad,
superannuation,
Mr.
someone has dropped the ball big time.
Had a severe knock on.
And Clayton's blowing the whistle on who he thinks is responsible. A fleet-footed financial advisor.
And what's his name?
What?
Abdullah Papel.
What is a super? How did he steal it? Is it like Austin Powers Mojo?
Abdullah Popel is co-founder and director.
Super is a retirement fund. Okay. I thought it was like he lost his super sports memorabilia. O.J. Simpson's glove. It's been stolen. 91-year-old chases after thief who stole precious jewelry.
It's been an emotional time. Yopi, in my eyes, I reckon you're a hero, but I suspect your family are not too happy with what you did.
She, good on her for grabbing her handbag back, but no, we're not too impressed that a 91-year-old's running out after someone who's just stolen her jewellery and a handbag.
Why?
Hey, Yopi,
it's good exercise.
See an intruder and they'd run
away after him, and I grabbed my handbag and I went after him over on the patio and I yelled out at him. I won't say the word, but
you know what, Yopi? I reckon
so the chase happened inside.
What did you call him? I really want to know.
You dirty bastard.
Okay. This is so cute.
Lost the flower pot on top of him, but I didn't.
You know what a scumbag. And I know that you managed to grab your handbag from him, but some of those things that were taken.
He went in there barefoot? Or did Grandma like fucking take his shoes off? Maybe there was like a beating that happened in there. She got the golf club out and started fucking whacking him. A barefoot for stealth. Oh, you're so right. I didn't even think about that. Inside the experimental prison where inmates aren't kept behind bars. Those experimental prisons are always so interesting to me. Do you remember the one in, I want to say Norway? I can't remember, but there's a prison in Norway where the prisoners get like Xboxes, television, like washing machine. They get an apartment. And like they're not low-level criminals, they're murderers. Like one of the guys was a serial killer. Let's see this experimental one.
When someone commits a serious crime, our reaction is often lock them up, give them nothing. But in this maximum security prison, there are no bars or cells. They paint, play music. It doesn't sound like they do it too tough. Those in charge say that's kind of the point.
Why is that the point?
When I first joined the job, I had that belief that, you know, inmates should be locked in a cage. Given
if it's like low-level things like drug charges, sure, I guess that's fine.
Caged animals, then how are we not going to come out as a caged animal?
This is all about keeping our community safe for the long run.
Do they think you're soft on criminals here?
Yeah, some probably do, yeah.
From the outside, it looks like your typical maximum...
Yeah, but the ones in Norway actually help them mentally. Hot take, I think if you're a serial killer, you don't deserve to be helped mentally, and there's nothing you can do to help someone mentally that's a fucking serial killer. Giving them an Xbox, a washing machine, and a fucking kitchen isn't really doing a whole lot.
And no
they believe in basic human rights in those countries.
Jail governor.
No, you're right. Which is why the murderers get Xboxes and everything. It's a basic human right.
Thank you.
Oh, you killed 5 people? You killed this whole family?
And there are a lot of them.
You're getting a 1-bedroom apartment.
Inside a jail.
Oh, you prefer PlayStation? Okay, that's fine.
Convicted criminals.
I thought there'd be the not so bad guys in here, your non-violent offenders, but you have murderers, sex predators living in this environment.
We've got everything.
Here we go.
They keep the fucking rapists and murderers painting in the cubicles.
This is why prison life here is different. Despite committing serious crimes, the inmates at Hunter Correctional Centre aren't kept in cells.
So have they tidied up because they knew I was
there? No, not to any great extent. So they keep it because...
They literally live better than Amazon workers.
By prison standards, this is luxury. Each inmate gets their own bed, a desk, and even a touchscreen TV.
Oh my God.
No, it's not, and it's not because I want to give these inmates everything under the sun. Every single inmate that's in this jail will get out one day. Could be living next door to you or me, and I want to make sure that I've done...
Again, that's fine if it's like low-level, non-violent charges, sure. I don't care that much if the guy who smoked weed is in here on a touchscreen TV eating beans in a summer camp. But you said there's murderers and fucking sex predators in here. I don't think giving them a touchscreen is necessarily doing a whole... And TV and all that's doing a whole lot to rehabilitate them or anything. You're just kind of rewarding them.
Everything I can to make sure that I don't commit another...
Like this right here is a $5,000 a month apartment in New York. And he gets access to it because he raped somebody.
Think you're better people because of this facility?
I mean, yeah.
We will get our better people, but yeah.
It's a complicated psychological issue. I don't recommend commenting on it further. You sound ignorant. If ignorance is me saying murderers and rapists shouldn't have touchscreen TVs and Xboxes in a summer camp jail, I'll stay ignorant. That's fine. I can live with that. And I'm not talking about this one specifically. This Australian one's not the one I'm referring to. This is just kind of silly. And yeah, I'll even go a step further. Rapists and murderers still shouldn't have even this. I'm fine being ignorant on that. That's fine. I'll take that for sure, all day. You can have your holier-than-thou attitude about it, how every murderer, no matter how many bodies they pile up or no matter how many people they rape, still deserve PlayStations and TVs. That's fine. You can have that if you want. I will never have that perspective. What an interesting experimental prison. Believing punishment leads to justice is what they mean when it's been proven it doesn't help anyone psychologically. Another hot take. I don't think you can help a rapist. Or a serial killer. Like, I don't know why we're splitting hairs over this. So locking them up doesn't help them psychologically. Uh-oh. Because most prisoners aren't those. And I'm talking specifically about those that are. That still get access to the PlayStations and the TVs and the kitchens and the washing machines in the prison. As I said multiple times, if it's like low-level, non-violent shit, like you smoked weed, you did meth, I don't care. Doesn't bother me if it helps. What crimes do you think people can't be reformed from? Haven't we talked about this before? I think rape is a completely unforgivable, unreformable act. Serial killers, like murderers, anything that's not self-defense related violent offenses like murder, I don't think you can be rehabilitated from. Bestiality, child sex offenses. There was definitely one I'm forgetting. Trafficking. It was trafficking. Human trafficking. That was the other one.